This episode is brought to you by our friends at Willow Window, your go-to experts for replacement windows, window treatments, and doors. They don't just install, they elevate. With a focus on honesty, professionalism, and top-tier quality, their team is committed to making your home more beautiful than ever. From clean job sites to precision craftsmanship, they treat your home like it's their own. Looking for a transformation you can trust? Visit www.willowwindow.pro and see the difference that true care makes. Welcome to the Runner Dudes podcast. Everyone is welcome. Runners are welcome. Walkers are welcome. The running curious are welcome. We're going to widen the door to running and soften the impact for anyone willing to lace up and show up. Today can be the day you take the first steps towards physical, mental, and spiritual well-being and become the person you were intended to be. We hope to inform, inspire, listen, learn, and help you start your own running journey, all while being moderately funny and low-key entertaining. Let's go, baby. Let's get into it. We've got episode 24 coming up. Episode 24.
That's crazy. And does that mean we're at the 1 year mark?
So we're getting close. I think we're getting very dangerously close.
Yeah.
I don't know that this one will hit it. Maybe the next one after this will be 1 year. And so everybody who's been listening since the beginning or have jumped in towards the end, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up with us for this long. This one is going to be about rediscovering your why, and staying motivated when it's just not there. Okay. And I think that we just, on the last one, we talked about ebb and flow and ups and downs. And my running journey can definitely be described as up and down. I've had times where I thought, I may not want to do this anymore. Right. And so that's a tough thought to have. So we'll get into that. But as always, we do our question to Dusty. What chore or task do you have to do at least every month, maybe a couple times a month, that you absolutely dread and have the least amount of motivation to get done?
Well, any chore that's outside, I don't mind doing, whether it's, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as it's outside, I feel better if it's outside. I don't care what it is.
I'm not doing those. I'll continue.
If it's on a doing whatever, it doesn't matter. But
it's Jimmy.
Honestly, anything inside, I feel like I can procrastinate and not do.
It's a good word.
But anything outside, because let's just say house or at your business. The first thing people are going to see is the outside. So as long as the outside, you can keep it, pressure washing and machine and stuff and mowing the yard, you're out there, you look good. But when you come inside and maybe you have to sweep, take the trash, it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. Cram that trash done in there. I'm not taking it out today.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I feel like there's something to do with, that's me. But somebody might be just the opposite. Not that I want my house to look like, to be trash, but I think anything inside, I feel like I can put that off, and that would be the things that I would dread doing the most, regardless, whether it's daily, monthly, whatever it is.
Good answer. It's a good way you did that, because that's funny. You're similar in a lot of ways, and in a lot of ways, we are from different planets. Because anything outside of my home, I'm not doing. And this is not my fault. But listen, I blame others.
Yes.
My dad, not only did he not ask me to mow, my dad loved to mow.
Yeah.
I wasn't really even allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the case now. Used to, my dad really, he appreciated it. And that was a part of, hey, listen, this is going to be part of your responsibility, something that you have to do. Right now, I think that's a way to escape.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So you're like, whether my yard, you're like, my wife's like, you just mowed yesterday.
No, I need it. I'm going to mow again.
Don't worry about it.
Just worry about it.
We're doing the golf course hatching.
Yeah.
So I got to go the other way now.
I work my stripe, get my stripe.
Get your stripes. Yeah.
So I don't mind stuff on the inside of the house. Matter of fact, I am OCD when it comes to the inside of the house. And so, it was interesting when I lived in the fraternity house, trying to keep a fraternity house clean with 13 other goons in there. So
I am pretty OCD about keeping the floors clean and using the vacuum and stuff like that in the house. But there are other things that
You said procrastinate.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me. There are such simple bad words around the coffee shop, like going and counting, making sure, let's do an inventory on where we are with cups and stuff. And that would honestly take me 7 minutes to do.
Yeah. Right.
It would save me so much stress
Yeah.
down the road. But you know what I'm good at? That's a future me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my wife said.
It's not something that's relevant right then to you.
And it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And what's really a problem for me is my whole life I have gotten things done last minute. It's never failed me.
Yeah.
So I keep going back to it, and I shouldn't do that. I am getting much better. This is also a journey. I'm getting much better at doing things way ahead of time.
Yeah.
But just like this email I sent you guys for these 2 episodes, anybody listening, I sent it yesterday.
And then this morning you were like, hey,
You guys didn't respond. You left me on red.
because you said it yesterday.
So yesterday, I was like, you guys alive? I was like, hey, bump, bump, bump. Anyway, okay, so we've got into this about your why. And so motivation is, as I've got in the notes here, in my opinion, motivation is crap, right? Motivation is something that they use to sell gym memberships. So if you're looking for motivation to get you going or to sustain a lifestyle change or sustain anything, honestly, it's not going to do it. You're going to need discipline.
Yeah.
And so another quote, and I say in here, I don't know if I came up with this or if I heard this. I'm going to give whoever, I don't think I came up with this. Maybe I did. And I say it all the time, but a bottle rocket is motivated.
Yeah.
And the Colorado River is disciplined.
Right.
You look at which one of those has accomplished more.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any question which one has accomplished more. So being disciplined is what's going to
Discipline creates a little bit more positive behavior all the way around, where motivation can be something like really short term, but then kind of backfire.
yeah.
Just like you said, you used the gym. You used the gym January 1st.
Oh boy.
Gym's booming. Give it less than 60 days.
They say Valentine's Day.
Yeah, then it's done.
They say Valentine's Day is when like 80% of
I think that's where everybody feels like disciplined, or I'm sorry, not undisciplined. They're motivated to do this,
Yes.
but then they're really searching for that why. Like, why am I here? I don't even like this. Boom, I'm done.
Yeah. And I think that Jimmy, do you have something?
It's just something stupid. It's like
This whole thing is something stupid.
It's over on Valentine's Day because all the single guys realized it was actually your personality that was keeping you from getting dates and not your abs. And they just were like, why am I even bothering?
Your physique, yeah,
It was you're boring.
you still have no personality.
Turns out
You're the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said. There's not a gym for that.
no amount of curls is gonna make you more interesting.
Selfies you've posted have not done yet.
There's a lot to be said. Me and CG just had this conversation. There is a lot to be said for. I never got any dates in college because I had a 6-pack, bro. I was 5'7", had the most mid physique on the planet, but I was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Hilarious. And so, in a social setting, I can be funny.
A good hang.
I'm a good hang, bro. So that was my secret to success. But all of this has got to be, honestly, it sounds selfish. We talk about it in AA. We talk about it in sobriety. I see people come in and they tell me, I sit down, I talk with somebody who's asking me about sobriety. Their life's unraveling. Wife has one foot out the door and losing their job or lost their job, things like this. And they're like, I've got to get sober. My wife's going to leave. I got to get sober because I'm going to lose this job. I'm just like, brother, that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
You got to get sober because
You want it.
you need to get sober. And that's the only time that there's going to be any actual change affected is when it's on you. And any external influence, just like you said, that's a great point. They tried to get in the gym and get hot.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
the problem wasn't their body. The problem was who they are.
Right.
And so that's where we've got to kind of do a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
I think everybody's searching for something, whatever it is, but they're looking for something to make them feel better about themselves, something they can kind of invest some time into to hopefully transform because they see other folks doing it. So I think we keep referencing the gym, running, and I think I'm sure as far as coaching and helping coach folks, it's the same. You get someone that you can see someone that's very invested, or you can see somebody that, okay, this is just give me all the ingredients here, but I really don't want to do the work. You know what I'm saying?
The shoes, they got the sun.
They're all decked out, you know.
They got the decked out.
They're already, you know, they're about $750 in.
It's on point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, this is not really what I thought, you know.
Now we've hit that first. We talked about perseverance.
Yeah.
And we've hit that
Big difference.
big difference. And so, you know, one of the things they said when I was getting sober is, you know, the only thing you have to do is change everything about your life. That's it. You know, and so, wait a minute, that's a lot. And it really is. And so what I have found, people with running and with sobriety and any spiritual journey, anything we've talked about recently, they don't like the answer.
Yeah.
You know, but when I tell people, it's like I've had friends and people come to me about sobriety. How do I get sober? Okay, well, we got to hit 90 meetings, 90 days. I need you to read this. I need you to call me every day.
It's like the folks that ask you if you want the good news or the bad news first.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Just tell me something here. Tell me tell me, be real.
Yes.
Be real.
And that's and all that. Now we immediately start I've got got baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you don't have baseball if you don't have a family.
Yeah.
You know, and so you know what I mean. It's like, what are we talking about?
You said it the other day. It's like you have, how do you say it? You have all kinds of problems until you have a health problem, and then you've only got how did you say it? Yeah.
Well, it goes down to how you prioritize things too. You've got to, once you get to that point, you have to reprioritize, you know, everything.
And you got to become selfish a little bit, you know, because there's going to need to probably be some times where this is one of the things I've got right here, prioritizing self-care.
Yeah.
You know, starting back slowly is absolutely fundamental to sustain success. And that's it. You know, you've got to carve out some time for this. And we've talked about it on probably every episode in one way or another. You've got to go slow. And, you know, even if you have been a runner or you've had some success with running and you've kind of had that burnout, I know you've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. Jimmy, I know you've been there with music or
all kinds of things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you get that burnout, you've got to start back, and you got to start back slow. You know?
Yeah.
And so you got to give yourself time to rediscover.
You said it, Drew. You've got to be very selfish. That was one thing that I have had. I had a terrible time with that whenever I was going through everything with the PTSD from the military. Once I figured out and kind of saw that I was having trouble and this was not going away, I felt terrible that I did leave my family behind to help to try and get some help.
Yeah.
You know, to go somewhere to where I could just kind of unattach myself.
Yes.
But then you realized, you know, this is for a reason. Yes. You know, I mean, I don't know where I would have been in my life if I had not done that, because at that time I had no realized that the TBIs or traumatic brain injuries as to what magnitude that they were, you know, to what they were. Did they even, you know, when they identified them and diagnosed that, I had no idea what that was or what was causing these kind of memory lapses.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, and
you needed help.
Yeah. But that was a tough thing to do if it were just myself. Yeah. When you've got other people that are, you know, relying on you to be, you know, to be an example, to be a leader, and then you kind of have to back off of that. That's tough to.
Mm-hmm.
But look at you now.
Yeah.
I'm saying like,
you wouldn't be here today.
But that's saying. But that's what you say. That's the things like that. You know, that's the times that you look and be like, you know, why would God put me in a position like this?
Sure.
But now you understand why. Well, what it was for.
Yeah. You know. And that is, you know, again, it's the small steps and doing the small things and doing things oftentimes that you don't want to do is what's going to get you where you want to be. You know, like you just said, one of the things I've got here, listen to your body. You've got to embrace rest and recovery. And so anytime I have experienced burnout as it pertains to running, it's because I have run myself into the ground. I have lost the joy of running. And so you've got to start to ask yourself, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
And so I don't
Rest and recovery is like a bad word.
Well, I thought it was. I really did. I thought, and I've come from a place of like feeling like I had so much lost time.
Yeah.
When I talked in the previous episode about people saying, boy, just imagine what you could have done if you'd have started at 22. And like I said,
Trying to make up.
I'm trying to make up for that lost time. I'm trying to claw some of that time back. But ultimately, I'm losing because I ran myself into injuries.
Yeah.
Ran myself into burnout. And so when that was old, that was 4 or 5 years ago.
You looked at it as far as past, like what you could have, where you could have been, or what it could have done, or lost time. I'm bad too, and we think about it now. With recovery, you're doing everything that you can do, the best effort, the best that you can do, one day at a time, and you're doing it like there is not going to be a tomorrow.
Right.
And so I look at it futuristic wise. I'm big on, I've got a younger son, and I want to be physically able to keep up with him, for my overall health, not just for him, but just to be there for everybody. I don't want to have to be, people to take care of me, which that may come down to that I have to do that. But I look at it like, okay, we may not be here tomorrow, so I'm not going to take this rest day. I'm just, let's go. Well, let's just keep rolling. But then I think about it. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just going to rest. I'm going to sleep for 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's good. That's it. It's a win, though.
But I mean, really, honestly, so what? Well, what if that was the last sleep you take and then, the world's over? What? I mean, what would you have gained if you would have went out and killed yourself? And
well, it's one more 800-meter hill repeat.
What's they going to do?
It's more likely that you'll live a long and productive life than you'll die tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I think the way when you're motivated, or when you're, I'm using the wrong word because motivation doesn't last, but when you're a driven person and you're trying to get things done and you're like, well, I don't want to rest because I might not be, I might not get that opportunity tomorrow. I'm going to go see that thing. I'm going to go achieve that thing because I might not be here tomorrow. It's much more statistically likely that you're going to live a nice, long, full life than you're going to burn out tomorrow.
I think the rest not necessarily has to do with you not doing anything, but the rest has for your body, for your mind, because then that gives you time to reflect how, the positive vibes or the negative vibes that you're putting off. I mean, if you're just killing yourself, you're probably a bear to deal with more times than most. Well, if you take ample rest time and you have some time for yourself, man, that you keep your mind clear, then your energy's positive, your attitude's positive, then you're better to be around.
I need to have CG in here on the podcast because
my wife too. Maybe that's an episode right there, man.
Wives.
Oh my goodness.
Write that down. Jimmy, write that down.
We have volunteered them for something. I can. My wife, if she's hearing this now, she's sweating.
Yeah.
Oh.
CG is ready to go.
Oh man,
She's locked and loaded.
She's got the blame thrower ready to go.
Ironically, Kim is really technical, so she could actually do what I do.
Well, there you go. What I'm getting at is that I am getting better at rest. I'm not good at it, but I'm better. And like I said, this is a journey. And so she has dealt with burnout me. She has dealt with injured me. And like you said, you've got to reframe what rest even is, and you've got to avoid burnout and losing that why and why you did this in the first place. You got to keep that center in your mind, because I ran myself into excruciating plantar fasciitis, stress fractures. I'm miserable. I'm angry. Now I'm so all encompassed trying to deal with all these things. I'm not talking to my wife.
Yeah.
We're not going to dinner. We've got a swimming pool that I sometimes have not laid by or gotten in because I got to stick this foot in ice. And
Oh man.
got all these Nike deals that I've got to continue to. It's ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure would have to have 2 episodes.
2 episodes. They let them
Because I would imagine that the answers were going to be very similar, because it's the very same.
them come in and we're not here. Let them talk.
That would be wild.
So we are.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'll record it for you. That'd be great.
I think we're definitely onto something.
Yeah.
And it's so true, but it's also wonderful to have something that you're this passionate about. It can also, like anything, alcohol, whatever, it can get away from you.
You can put it in the wrong position in your life.
Yeah. It can destroy you. And so I tell anybody starting out, and I say it over and over and over and over and over, go slow.
Yeah.
Give yourself grace. Get into this thing very slowly and just see where this goes. And if you go 90 miles an hour right out the gate, I give you 2 weeks and you're done. Right.
Yeah.
So to me, that's where it's at.
Usually that's kind of where you see it happening. I mean, there are some anomalies that happen that folks just actually get the bug and just tear it off. But most of the time you see it burn out. You see that bottle rocket fizzle out.
Bottle rocket. Do not compare yourself to others. And here's another big one. Do not compare yourself to your younger self. I have heard some runners tell me about what they ran in high school. I'm like, that's cool. What music did you listen to? Like, who cares what you did in high school?
Yeah.
I wore, baggy corduroys in high school. I'm not good.
I was just about to say Jinko's pants and Vans.
You know what? So
and one t-shirt.
Yes, I wore. I had the Abercrombie wool sweaters that, by the way, never went to the dry cleaners. Those babies are probably out somewhere.
They're at sea right now on a shipsman, like those bolt sweaters that felt like a burlap sack.
It's just covered in polo sport.
Yeah.
But seriously, that's one thing I hear people do, and that will destroy your joy of running, is when you start to, people tell me all the time how slow they are. I'm like, I don't care. Delete the word slow from your vocabulary.
I think that has a lot to do with, like, especially with the social media, the fitness platforms. Strava can be awful for that. It's the worst. It can be good. It can be. It's a useful tool.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I think most of the time it's misused. It's more of that. Hey, let me see what this guy's doing. Oh, look here, used.
Yeah, they ain't got me.
You're not as fit as you think you are.
I just like to check in on my own Strava stats, just check, see what the goat's up to.
Yeah.
I did today. No, it's good.
He's not kidding.
No, I'm kidding. No, but it is true. You do. I get to where, like, I'll start to Strava stalk Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, I know he might run the Memphis Marathon, and I got to see what he's doing. And all of a sudden, I'll see he's laid down a workout that can't do. He's faster than me. I'm like, oh, well, okay. That so I can feel the air come out of my sails.
Yeah.
And so you've got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
You've got to just.
I think a lot of people do that. Yeah, really quick. That goes the same. Like you talked about it too. I think it was the last episode about your body image. You can see, the pictures that get posted. You look like, hey, this is what you're supposed to look like, or I think it can be very misconstrued, and people can get the wrong idea that you have to have this type of an image to be this and for this and the same for a lot of things.
I do have a small statement and then a question. Like, in the music world, people will come to me as adults that want to take on a new instrument, and it's so much easier for children to do it. Not only because their minds are more plastic, but they don't know better. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
Like little children, like they don't know. They don't have any way to compare.
Point of reference.
And I remember I would not be the guitar player I am now if the internet existed when I was a kid. Oh boy. Because I would be so intimidated because there's like people all over the world that can play me under the table. You just know too much. And so the statement is, I tell musicians, adults that want to like pick up a new instrument, allow yourself to be an amateur. Like, just because you know how it ought to be doesn't mean you know how to do that. Yeah. You have to start. Everyone starts at the beginning, and I guess the question is like, being, you guys are pros, you're athletes. I couldn't be further from that, but I always have had desires of like, how could I break into such a thing? And I think that's the problem, is like doing a podcast like this, I kind of know what it's supposed to be. I'm like, I know some of the terms and the inside baseball, inside running, whatever, of how it ought to be. And it gets more and more into the cost of entry gets higher and higher to my ego of like, how could I even begin? Like I've even, this is I might as well say it now, but like, if I was going to ask for help, if I was gonna be like, well, what if I did? Like, Dusty, what kind of shoes could I get? And would you coach? Like, how could I begin that? That is so intimidating and scary the more I know. So I guess, like, what tip would you give to someone like myself, or someone that's wants to do this, but it's like, feels like the conflict of entry is too high because they know how it ought to be and how far they are from it?
It's interesting to me because honestly, it seems to me like sitting in here, listening to us talk about it, it would seem like I would hope that it would seem more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
I too get what you're saying. And what I would say to that is, and I've said this to some of my runners, especially my beginners, you have to allow yourself to suck at something before you can be good at something.
Right. Yeah.
And so I can remember when I first got sober, I did not do running. I wanted to lift some weights, and I'd never done that in my entire life.
Yeah.
I contacted my friend Daniel Van Winkle, and I've said it on the podcast before. I said, hey man, I want to lift weights, but we're going to do it at 3:30 a.m. So nobody's there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah.
And
it's hard to struggle in front of people.
And my ego would not allow me to suck at something. What I found as I got stronger at the gym and became more comfortable going to the gym whatever hours, these dudes want to help.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
They really enjoy it.
And if you've got a runner, I love anybody that is like, hey, I want to give running a shot.
Yeah.
And so I would sit down with anybody. And one thing that I tell runners, Dusty, I know we talked about it. Dude, walking is fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
On feet?
I mean, honest to goodness, probably walking is overall a better exercise and maybe more healthy than running.
It's not as impactful, right?
It's just not as, I guess it's not as exciting, maybe, I guess, that people see it, because I think running, you mentioned it too, with playing an instrument. I mean, if I were going to play an instrument, one thing that would boost my confidence is if I were to ask you, Jimmy, what is the absolute just baddest guitar that I can lay my hands on?
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? That would probably help me feel, same thing with running. Hey, man, what kind of shoes can make me feel really good?
Yeah.
It's like the start line, man, on a race day. What are you wearing?
Oh, baby, I got
Are you wearing what you're going to run your 800s in? No. You're wearing a fit that you ain't ever wore. You're wearing brand spanking new. You're wearing flashy shoes. You're going to go look like, listen, I didn't pay a couple $1,000 to do this. Somebody has paid me to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel good. You feel good. You feel
Yeah.
regardless if you go out there and show up in $400 worth of gear and run a 4-hour marathon. Who cares?
On the same metaphor, and this is just genuine curiosity, like when I'm coaching musicians, I'll often say, don't let your tools outpace your talent.
Yeah.
There was a guy long ago that was an electric guitar player. I don't know if you know, but you have all these pedals that change your sound. And he had the most expensive pedal board to this day that I've ever known, but couldn't play his way. He couldn't play his way out of a paper bag.
Yeah.
And he was like, what should I do to get a better tone? And I unplugged his pedal board and plugged him into the amp. I was like, start there. Like, you got to get this under your hands. And so the encouragement of like, get the shoes. I'm like, okay, I kind of like that energy. Like, that's not normally my move.
Then you're invested.
Yeah. Because it's
Investing in yourself.
yeah, that's fair.
That's a good, I'm going to tell you, we landed on this. I don't have it in my notes. That's a great trick to, if you've lost your why, start there.
Yeah.
Go see Dusty.
And I'm not saying that's the answer for everything, but that could
You could plug yourself.
that right there, that could honestly increase, man. That could do it.
I'm going to tell you, no joke, on race day, my fit is worth 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Marathon. I'm not kidding. When I've put it together for weeks. I've been on Nike.com or Dusty. I've gotten the socks and Swiftwick socks and whatever I've got going. And I know I've got that baby ready to roll, son.
Yeah.
Take a shower, get on for the first time, and I am locked and loaded in that.
Yeah.
The Deion Sanders. You look good, You feel good. You feel good. You play good. You play good. They pay good.
I'm just the opposite when it comes.
Is that a real thing he says?
Yeah, he says it.
It's a mouthful.
In that documentary.
It worked for him.
And it's a fact. If you're feeling good about yourself, when I was I've done sales before. Something as simple as like new fancy pen.
Yeah.
Something that makes me
that's a good
new
point.
watch or something that's like just get your mood, breaks that mood. It's a mood breaker.
That's interesting.
Arthur Lydiard, and if those that don't know who Arthur Lydiard is, I'm sure a lot of folks don't, but he is basically the granddaddy of endurance running planning. And he said, if you have lost your love of running, you need to slow down to a pace where an old lady pushing a grocery cart can pass you. Then you'll find, and what he's saying is slow down to whatever pace is necessary until you find that love of running again. And I've had to do that. It's just, I've been out there on runs this summer. It's been hot. And I'm like, I hate this. And then I remind myself, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Slow down. And I'll take it down 30 seconds or 45 seconds a mile. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm having a good time again. So that's a good one. I will tell you, I have no idea where we're at. So whatever. This one may be 45 minutes. It may be an hour.
I think we got a little bit of time left, yeah.
Build support and build accountability. I think anytime you join a gym, whether it's a gym, CrossFit, running, music, it's easier with a friend.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about this?
100%. I think we were really, I don't think, going back to what we've talked about in the past episodes with spiritual, I don't think we were meant to go at life alone. The same if you are trying something new. If running or instrument, anything is new, yeah, man, it's always good. If you got a buddy, if you got somebody to do that with, a group, it's always easier it keeps you accountable.
Big time.
It keeps you feeling like, okay, listen, I got to show up now.
Big time. Yes.
I think that's big.
Daniel Van Winkle, he committed to if Daniel's going to be there at 4:30 or 3:30 a.m., I better not ask you to show up and then I'm sleeping in.
Yeah. You better show up.
Show up.
Yeah. Or you're going to get clowned.
You're going to get clowned.
Yeah.
And Grant Mooneyham, my homeboy, he is the first one. If you don't show up on that Saturday morning run, he will send a text. But he'll fire that baby off quick. Let you know what you are. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so, AA, the group for so many months and even years, I am eternally grateful to those at the Fourth Dimension building in Crossville because they held me accountable.
Yeah.
If I didn't show up, hey, you guarantee I was getting a text message or a phone call. Hey, what's up? Where you at? You okay? And so I think that goes so far with doing anything, and it becomes something you will connect with that person on a level that's different because you talk about each other's joys and passions, and fears and faith and all this stuff. So
you can learn a lot about folks on things that you would. Or I have, and I'm going to relate this to running since that we are a running podcast, has helped me, get to know someone on a different level. Whether it's something personal, it's not necessarily anything to do really with running, other than, hey, we have formed a bond, we have formed a community, and we're here to, learn all these cool things about one another. So
you said about the lady in the grocery cart going slow. There's a book called 3 Mile an Hour God, and it goes to our last podcast. But this idea, like, that is the speed of love. Like walking that's about the pace in which someone walks, where you can talk and spend time together. I just thought that was cool.
I tell conversational pace.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're not running a pace that you can have a conversation with the person next to you, you're running too fast.
Okay.
If I can't talk to you in a complete sentence, then we're going too fast.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
So me and Jeff Lynch have shared thousands of hours on the road running together in a conversational pace. I know more about that dude than anybody on the planet. He knows more about me. I'm sure he's probably wanted to punch me in the face a time or two. That's neither here nor there. Join a run club. We've got great run clubs.
Yeah, we do.
We've got the Upper Cumberland Road Runners.
Red Silo.
Red Silo is such a fun. I'm going to tell you.
Frostville has a big group that has grown over probably the last 6 months of folks that will always. I mean, I see them posting things about they're trying to get people I mean, there's a lot of folks up there. I see a lot of them. They come to the store. Pretty fortunate to have a lot of their customers come down here. But yeah, they're trying to get some stuff going too.
Run clubs are great, and they have scheduled runs. You're going to find somebody who's going to be at your skill level. So I think that's a no-brainer. And I want to get into this one real quick is the enhance your running experience. Mix up your routine. Run on different terrains.
Yeah.
So this one I put a big pains me to say this, but I did a trail run.
Yeah.
So trail running is so different from road running. It's almost an unrelated sport. You know what I mean? Like you're running, but it's much more technical.
Yeah.
There's much more lateral movement involved.
Well, it takes you out of your comfort zone. You're used to your road. You know where your road are. You know where the grooves in the pavement change. You know where it's soft. You know where you've ran a million times.
Yes.
It's just different. It's just different.
Yes. Sign up for a Ragnar event. You put that thing on a calendar, and then you've got that event coming. It gives you an excitement to train for it. I promise you that you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, once you're over, it's like skydiving. You dreaded it, but once you did it, you're ready to go again.
Yeah.
And so I think we've all had that experience. They're cutting the lights out.
They've literally turned the lights out.
We're in the dark.
I'll say this last thing to wrap this up because we do need to go. Once you know your why, you can overcome any how.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I think that is a thing that I've always gone back to. Once you know your why, you can overcome any how. Guys, get out there. You can do it.
Yeah, guys.
That first step. Go see Dusty at
Express Footwear and Running, 1430 Interstate Drive.
Yeah, he can get you the shoes that you need, make you feel good.
Even if you just want good conversation, got a great group there that can be glad to assist you with anything.
Yeah, and whether you're starting new or starting back, those new shoes can make you kind of give you that jolt out the door. Jimmy on the ones and twos?
Yeah.
Sights and sounds?
Many sights and many sounds. Sight and sound creative.com. And all that means is if you want to have anything produced, audio, video, commercial content, that's me.
Okay. If you're looking for a coach, I'm your guy. Runner Dudes, hit me up on Runner Dude Coaching. Hit me up on Instagram. Jonathan,
thank you, Willow Window.
We won't stay as late next time.
Sorry.
I'm Jason Grider.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel
an alarm that we have to deal with.
The police know me.
Yeah. They are converging on the building.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
The Runner Dudes podcast is sponsored by Express Footwear and Runner Dude Coaching and Consulting. Produced by Jimmy Thorpe at sightandsoundcreative.com.